Go. Welcome into the blockchain basement takeover of Discover Crypto. I'm your boy, the Druth, man behind the research, usually the camera and the sticks for Discover Crypto. But I've heard a lot of bullishness about Ondo, something that we've been in on for a long time in the blockchain basement. And I come to you bearing the gift of data and fruit so that you may use this information to make the groundbreaking choices over the course of the next year and literally change your life forever. Give me a +1 in the chat. Let me know the sounds coming over to you and that you're feeling juicy as we Bitcoins. Oh my gosh, it's collapsing down to $95,800. Whatever shall we do? This is the time where we make generational wealth. Jay, he's pregnant. Answer your phone. I can't, Jay. I'm live. Okay, boo. Welcome all to Discover Crypto. Make sure you are following. If you're not already, I mean, these guys already got like millions of followers. Check this out. 1.41 million subscribers on the Discover Crypto channel. And make sure that you're subscribed to the Blockchain Basement. This is my bread and butter, folks. This is the Blockchain Basement. We're at 71,300 subscribers. Just started this channel about, I think it's about 2 years now. So make sure if you're not already subscribed to us as well. And we also have BitLab Academy. We're a whole consortium of hardworking crypto maxi individuals that want to bring you the best data as the markets are about to go absolutely ballistic. And I'm here streaming from my house. The boy had a little oopsie daisy at school. I had to drop my tools, head home, take care of my son first and foremost. But appreciate you all coming to join me on this especially amazing show here today. I'm excited to bring you this information because we got a lot of people worrying about Bitcoin's price, about all this crap going on with meme coins and this vape cabal versus the New York cigarette smoking cabal that's going on. People are just going into memes to burn their money for the most part. And, what I see happening is literal utility coming to crypto, and people are just kind of in this daze, this facade, trying to capture those meme coin pump and dumps. And I'm not here about that, man. I'm trying to give you guys information that will literally, I'm not even going to spoil it. I'm just going to show you the data on where this market could likely end up, especially for Ondo. But here are the markets right now. Bitcoin rolling over, writhing at about $95,700. Ethereum getting another bludgeoning down 4.6% at $2,500. XRP having a good time. We have a little bit of, rumors, talks going on about an XRP ETF application, but also looks like XRP might have a voice, a tangible voice. There are rumors going on that XRP is going to have a voice in the White House. This is from Cointelegraph. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse reportedly expected to be appointed as an advisor to the White House Crypto Council, according to the New York Post. This move could also strengthen Ripple's presence in the U.S. crypto policy discussions. This does not surprise me one bit. My mic is off. Doubt that. I don't know. Wouldn't I be getting yelled at if my mic was off? So FedNow utilizes this system called with Volante. Volante uses Ripple's technology for Fed swaps. And really, what I see is XRP is going to be around for quite some time. It's kind of turned into this immovable object in terms of market cap size. I mean, look at this thing. This thing's already at, I think like $200 billion market cap. Oh, 136. Man, it's shaved out quite a bit. But $136 billion market cap, number 4 in terms of ranking. I am basically of the opinion that XRP's the 589 predictions, probably $5.89 this bull cycle. So XRP is probably not going to go anywhere. And a lot of people are going to speculate on this. This is something that retail ends up just falling into by default. Solana at 189, presenting actually pretty good opportunity here. And this is where the mind shift has to happen, where it's like, people always want me to be super, super excited as the price is going parabolic, right? Like everyone's asking me, should I buy XRP at $3? I was like, for God's sakes, man, like my price target's like $6 on this thing. So, if you're looking for a 2X, fine. But now, I mean, it's at 237. At least you get more of a upside potential out of this. Cardano's at 70 cents. Chainlink sitting here hanging around $18. and Avalanche toiling around $23.96. But let's get into all of the juicy news, everything that I came here to cover today, because things are looking so beautiful, so bright for crypto. This is from Watcher Guru. Tornado Cash founder Alexei Prstev has just been released from prison. This is the guy that the U.S. government went after, essentially setting the precedent that code was not free speech and that it's never, going to be just a free and open realm for people to develop protocols where people can transfer crypto in and out of. So seeing this guy released from prison, very, very bullish. I love seeing this. And really, this is setting a precedent for the SEC commission to come and the United States openness and willingness to work with the existing crypto protocols that are out there. So really, seeing this happen for the Tornado Cash developer, very, very good. Jay, oh my God, Bad Fox and Jay are getting a little unhinged in the chat, Roush. What do we got going on in the chat? Oh, I got a lot of people saying won't happen, never happen. I'm going to show you kind of the range for Ondo. I'm going to show you the data. You can make the decision for yourself. And obviously people think that I'm nuts. And then other people think that I'm correct. We'll see who's right after this alt season is done. But my job for my portfolio is to position it in the best upside potential possible. And what I see here is a lot of opportunity for, what we see with Elon Musk, Doge. We also got to be asking ourselves the question, which of these blockchains is Elon Musk tangibly looking at putting to work for the U.S. government? Trump says that Doge is going to now look into the Pentagon. Things might get sticky if they look at the trillions of dollars that Donald Rumsfeld lost right before September 11th of 2001, right? That's where things get real iffy with this. But what we see with Doge is they are gutting the entire federal budget. And this is what I have not heard a single person talk about, is that Elon has the world's largest supercomputer with the most NVIDIA chips connected of anywhere in the world here in America. And he's plugging all of this federal data into, scrubbing it with the world's most powerful computer. I think we're going to find a lot of cockroaches coming out from under our cushion when Elon Musk finally gets finished with this. It's absolutely crazy. And we also saw the U.S. aid signs are being taken down. So I'm Mario Nafal. And if you don't already follow me on Twitter, I am here at Druth Crypto. And I am also on the Mario host side. I host shows for Mario. Mario is one of the biggest accounts for news on X. And I'm proud to work with him, a huge team. So what we got here is the U.S. aid logos are being taken off of the buildings right now, really setting the tone for what's to come for the rest of the administration. And the writing's on the wall. This is the meme that I just posted here, and I couldn't be happier. This is Elon Musk watching bureaucrats that you fired drive away in cars that you made. Absolutely beautiful. And I'm here for it. I'm absolutely here for it. Now, we already covered this. Looks like I'm going to be paying a close attention for the confirmation of Brad Garlinghouse being put on this board. But this also brings to the question, maybe Charles Hoskinson of Cardano has a spot on that crypto advisory board. There's a lot of really big names in crypto that are here in America that have, basically, they represent the project, but they can't really highlight their American connection because America's looked so shitty for American crypto innovation lately. So here we go. We're going to look at this, because USAID just found something crazy and they're working on confirming this. A couple sources are saying this is confirmed, but USAID might have found that Doge uncovered Chelsea Clinton received $84 million from taxpayers, was supposed to go to relief for Haiti. Line items showed $3 million of the $84 million spent on Chelsea Clinton's wedding and $10 million to purchase a luxury mansion. There is just her beautiful face right there, enjoying the lip gloss of which we paid for as the American tax dollar. And what is done in the dark always comes to light, folks. So now, with Trump's release of the tariffs in response to any tariffs that were coming in against America, it looks like Europe is bending the knee. Europe to offer lower tariffs on U.S. cars. They're trying to incentivize U.S. car movements in the larger economy move. Not too worried about that stuff. Here's where the juice comes from. So now we have seen many appointments by the Trump administration so far. It looks like RFK is headed to the full Senate vote. In that full Senate vote, it is my opinion RFK is going to be confirmed, but we also have been watching a very specific SEC commissioner that it looks like Trump is going to appoint to lead the SEC. And that person is Paul Atkins, folks. But here's the news that just came out. Eric Balchunas, SEC, punts another spot Ether ETF option. Wouldn't read into it too much. You can't imagine they don't get approved eventually. So he's saying eventually they will be approved. Kind of a weird way to put that. Likely waiting until Paul Atkins is confirmed before moving on stuff. And that I completely agree with that position. Now we hop on over to the Securitize website. Who the hell is Paul Atkins and why is he going to be so important for Ondo's integration into the larger scheme of the economy, right? What the hell does this even matter? Well, Paul Atkins is on the board to Securitize. You can see he's the former commissioner of the SEC, CEO and founder of Potomac Global, and he shares this board position with the VP of Central Bank Engagements of Ripple, alongside many other well-plugged-in folks here. This guy he also is a vice president of blockchain at a small company called IBM. No big deal. Manolo Sanchez, also on this board member of Fannie Mae, another tiny organization. Probably no one's heard of them. I understand. It's fine. And then, we got this Twitter's former CEO and Google's group product manager. Okay, so a couple huge names are sharing this board position. But what has Paul Atkins actually done for Securitize? Why does he matter? And what the hell does Securitize even do? Well, Securitize is essentially pushing forward to bring on high-profile partnerships. This is Securitize collaborating with BlackRock and Ondo Finance for multi-chain tokenization. And I'm not saying that Ondo is going to receive all of this trillions of dollars in tokenization. What Ondo is going to receive is the spotlight for being the forefront leader in making this RWA move actually happen. And just reading into this a little bit more, this is the full details of research on this. Paul Atkins, this is the area of his expertise and influence, has been influential in making on-chain tokenization happen. Industry influence he holds, his role at Securitize coincides with the company's expansion and partnerships, including the collaborations aimed at tokenizing traditional finance assets like stocks and bonds. This is the conversation that you saw pop up this week, where guess what? You can hold Tesla and then go earn yield on it. Wow. And then, VCs just losing their mind. I know, like not telling you, saying that VCs can't throw their money in fast enough to this because earning yield on assets you already own just makes perfect sense. But these accomplishments are drawn from various online mentions, all of the data aggregated through Grok. But this is really, I wanted to paint how important Paul Atkins has been in pushing on-chain representation of stocks and bonds and even treasury bills onto the blockchain. Okay, this is the utility market that we've all been dreaming of, that we've all been hoping for. It's freaking here, folks. So then we see a post like this from Rendoshi Takamoto, the 10 reasons to be bullish on Ondo in 2025. This is a pretty good thread I want to go through here. Ondo Global Markets, the OGM, is launching this new platform to tokenize these RWAs, giving thousands of publicly traded U.S. stocks, bonds, and ETFs, even real estate, access to the blockchain. Now, this is likely why we saw the Chainlink collaboration and likely why we saw the Ripple collaboration as well in the past few weeks, is because they're setting up. They knew that the Ondo Summit is where they're going to release the nod that yes, this is coming. Yes, we're going to do this. So this is freely transferable. The tokenized assets will freely transfer like any other crypto. If you hold Tesla stocks in your crypto wallet, the crypto wallets, protocols, and exchanges will be able to leverage global markets to offer tokenized stocks on their platform as well. This is just also highlighting old school systems needing this new tokenized backend. Old school dinosaur systems, they're not going to give up power, but they are looking to leverage the value of the technology that's come about from crypto. So this note makes perfect sense. And then using DeFi, these tokenized RWAs will be usable in DeFi. This means you'll be able to lend them out and use them as collateral to borrow and lend out your NVIDIA stock and earn some yield. Very, very bullish indicators for what people can do with this new asset. And it's such a great thing for me to find a project that is rolling out at basically the right time, the perfect time, in this scenario that we have. This is a miracle market right now. We have Trump, who by the grace of God didn't get assassinated. He's now leading the United States. He's appointing the right people. And we are set up for literally a miracle for crypto. Like, think about the alternative, Kamala Harris. Gary Gensler still in control. Like, we came one head tilt away from a very, very different situation, in my opinion. So now we also got to cover this. Ondo released their own chain yesterday, a very, very big piece, the Ondo chain. Today's infrastructure doesn't have the full set of features necessary to deal with the issues such as stock splits, dividend payouts, cross-chain liquidity, and regulatory compliance on anonymous validators. So here we go. Here's the price right now. It's at $1.37. Honestly, showing some pretty decent strength, even though everything else is kind of, writhing around. It's still up 2%. That's great. But it's at number 28. Okay. And if you compare where number 28 is, in my opinion, there's a lot of vaporware that's going to, like, I think that this is going to be kind of a hot take, but there's a lot of chains. That's just a lot of hope and dreams out there. There's a lot of chains that are just simply hope and dreams. I hate to say it, but there's within, like, this one, Hyperliquid, it's going to pump real hard and then dump like a dumpster fire. Polkadot, I mean, this is leaving investors wondering what the hell is going on. Is this thing ever going to break out? They're going to start looking at things like Ondo, which is number 28. It's even below Polkadot. Now, Ondo is number 28. Monero, it's a privacy chain. It's never going to really pump or dump. People are just going to use it. Near Protocol, kind of losing the narrative here. We got to see something new come out of Near. But look, like Pepe. I mean, Pepe is this, it's a great picture of a frog. Don't get me wrong. But for it to be right next to Ondo, just absolutely crazy. And then Mantra, this thing makes no sense why it's up at number 25. There's a lot of money, in my opinion, from essentially vaporware that is going to realize, wow, Google is interested in working with Ondo. Wow, BlackRock, Franklin Templeton, all these things, and they're going to move into this asset class. And this is a very movable market cap for you guys. Look at this is a $4.3 billion market cap. We already had the unlock happen, the big scary unlock where it's like 130% of the tokens. It's a linear unlock. We've already explained this 100 times on the channel. And essentially now the supply, I'm going to be generous on this price prediction and show you what it will take for Ondo to hit these price levels. But essentially, I'm cooking in 3.2 billion tokens circulating, which isn't even where it truly is right now. It's showing 3.15. The linear unlock, it goes in 4 stages of steps. So this circulating supply doesn't even represent the actual amount of tokens that are out on the market. And it's got 100,000 holders, yada, yada, yada. Total supply at 10 billion tokens. But essentially, this number is going to stay the same for the rest of the year. Okay, so keep that in mind. The circulating supply is going to stay at or even below this number for the rest of the year. So when we go look at TVL and what it'll take for price to actually start moving to the places that I'm talking about, you have to keep in mind tokenomics. They matter for price predictions. Now, let's go over to DeFi Llama. This is where you can go to see if your chain is dying. DeFi Llama is a fantastic resource for anyone that, I'll show you an example. I will show you an example. Let's go check out ICP. Let's check out ICP. Okay, so here's the total value locked on ICP. Not great, not looking too good. And you can overlay this with the price. So we overlaid the total value locked in the blue with the price. Both of them are falling in tandem, but honestly, the price is still above the TVL. Like, this is telling me that there's just a lot of hope and a lot of wishes. My movements in crypto usually come when I see that the total value locked is above the token price, right? I don't want the token price to be above the TVL like this. This is not a good sign for me. Instead, what I want to do is I want to go over to something like Ondo Finance, right? And keep in mind, we just had a bunch of huge dumps on other altcoins. This is the TVL going back to February 2023. So this is the entire lifespan of the TVL. Look how steady and up and to the right this TVL is at right now. TVL, for anyone that doesn't know, it's total value locked on chain. Okay, so now I got this out of the way. Let's plug in the price. Where does it look? Wow, look at that. There's actually room above us, room of arbitrage where it's undervalued. This is an undervalued TVL to price comparison, whereas something like ICP is an overvalued TVL price comparison. And for anyone that, as I go through the rest of this, if you have a project that you would like me to do the same thing to, then give me the ticker. I'll look at it. I'll show you. I'll dig in and look at how much money is actually on chain. Is it just hopes and dreams and just this cult that you're following online that's got you holding this token waiting for some 50x? or is it actual money coming to the table? That's what we need to ask ourselves. So now we go on to Ondo. And as I said, we are at number 28. Now, with the amount of speculation that I think is going to happen on Ondo, with the amount of excitement that we've seen stir up from the likes of BlackRock and Google, it is my opinion that we're going to see this number go into, I think Ondo's going to break into the top 20, but where I really feel like it's going to end up kind of at peak altcoin moment here in 2025 is somewhere from number 15 up to number 11. I've seen some mega bulls calling for a top 10 movement for Ondo. I think it's a little bit too early to call for that, but I do feel like it is going to get aggressively near the top 10. And so if I account for the historical backdrop of how altcoins move when their season truly comes, then, the top 15 to top 10 projects, I'd be looking, essentially around the $100 billion market cap. I think everything in the 10 spot and above is going to have to breach $200 billion. A lot of people disagreeing with me. I don't care. This is what I've seen multiple cycles. And this is what I'm telling you is likely to happen this time. And everyone's like, no altcoin season, guys, go home. This is the people that are being psyoped by BlackRock. They're ranging, they're edging you at $100,000, seeing how many people give up. That's what's going on right now. So what we got here is, boom, Ondo, number 28. I think this is actually going to change between number 15 and number 10. Thus, the range of market cap that I think it's going to end up being within is between 50 to $150 billion. I know that's quite a range, but that's where I think things are going to end up for Ondo. Now, when we go in and we account for the amount of tokens circulating, so I put in $3.2 billion in circulating supply right here, and it's currently sitting at I think it's 4.3 billion is where it's truly at. Let's look at what a $50 billion market cap would bring this to. This is not like your average price prediction website. Coin Perspective allows you to customize what the circulating supply is going to be rather than what it is currently. This is what people need to understand when using tools like this. So let's say it hits that $50 billion mark. This brings the price to a $16.07 price point. Okay. Now, if it hits the midpoint of my price prediction here, and we accomplish this $100 billion spot, that's where you see this $30 Ondo come to reality, okay? And then the coup de grace, the big move that actually I think is very, very tangible. People are like, so we're so beat down in crypto because we've essentially missed out on utility movements for, 7-8 years? Gary Gensler's been in control. Before Gary Gensler's Jay Clayton, he left a lawsuit against XRP his last day, left us with a complete dumpster fire to deal with for quite some time. So it's been a lot of pain, and I understand. I'm a utility maxi, and what I see, if it hits this, $100 billion market cap, is a $30 per unit price point. Now, if it does hit the, this is just golden bull market movement. This is where you get the $50 per Ondo price prediction. Okay. And then the $100, I wanted to question that because I see it being thrown around loosely on the internet. And a lot of people think that, $100 is a round number and this is such a bullish new day. And it is very bullish. And I think a lot of liquidity from other kind of dried up projects is going to start flowing into it. But calling for $100 billion market or $100 token, let's just be honest with ourselves on the market cap. What does that market cap need to hit? Got to keep going. Holy cow. It needs to hit $330 billion. That means that Ondo would need to become like number 5. This means that it would have to be like number 6 or 5 in terms of market cap ranking. And that, I think, is asking a little bit too much. So really where I think things are going to go is between the $16 to $50 price point. This $100 thing that people are calling for is, a little bit hopish, but that's my price prediction on Ondo. I want to go through you guys', I know I saw a bunch of people drop in tokens, and I am going to cover Morpho, so I'll do the same process to Morpho. Let's see here, going through this. You want to check out, let's check out Anchor. I'm just going to pick random. And also the beanie, this is Frankie Candles. Go over to Frankie Candles YouTube page. He has a shop. He sells these great hats. I rock Frankie Candles stuff all day, every day. Frankie is the man. So now let's go to Anchor. Why not? Let's go to Anchor. Let's see if we can get the data on Anchor from DeFi Llama, because that's kind of an old school one. I know a lot of people, they randomly ask me about it. And there's a lot of tokens from the last bull market that people are holding, just looking at the overall price. And they're like, yeah, it's going to hit all-time high again. But you have to be honest with yourselves about the reality of the situation. So first, we'll go to coin market cap while DeFi Llama loads up. ANKR. Boom. Bam. All right. So pull this up. A little bit of haircut today. A little bit of haircut. Down 3.5%. Okay. It's a $200 million market cap. All the tokens are circulating. So 10 billion tokens in circulation and 10 billion in supply. So that's great. It's not going to be hurt off by inflationary pressures. From just a general standpoint, it is testing the bottom end of this accumulation range, which is not something I would love to see right now. And it makes sense why I've been asked this question a bunch, I guess. Just looking at the general price, people are like, is this thing like going to zero? So let's check it out. Let's check it out. What do we got here? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. So TVL this is not great. I don't like this. Just shooting off the hip, you guys. I mean, yeah, there's room in between these, but that's a hell of a general movement to the downside. And this spike right here, insiders knew is coming. The spike right here is insiders knew this is coming. They got out, sold it for a decently higher level, even than what it was right now back in 2022. Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, this, like, and if you're in crypto, like I believe in you and I want you to succeed, but seeing something like this, I can't be like, yeah, that's going to be awesome. Ooh, I wish I had on the blockchain basement, I have a ban button. I don't have a ban button on this show though. Sad. Very sad. Now let's go to another one. Let's see here. I'm going through the chat. ETH sucks. ETH's going to be around. It's just been captured by Coinbase. By the way of base. ETH is going to be around. It's just, you can use the carcass of Ethereum without having to pay the gas token. So, and it was the worst mistake Vitalik ever made, going to proof of stake. I think that was absolutely idiotic. And he's a genius. So that's me saying a lot. So now let's see here. Ooh, we got Plume. Let's look at Plume. So first, the concept of Plume, or really the time. I mean, there's a lot of things to talk about with Plume. Plume is part of my portfolio. So it's at 11 cents right now. It came out essentially where it's at. So it came out at 12 cents. Insider sell off, early people sell off to 8 cents. Has a really strong initial comeback. And now it's just sitting here ranging and edging everyone. But it's only been out for like what, 2 or 3 weeks. So, judging it on the price is a little bit more difficult. One thing that's important to note about Plume is it is in partnership with Ondo. So that narrative and ability to highlight in of itself is going to help its price, I think, just regardless. Let's go check out. So here's the TVL. Not much TVL being reported on it. It is very, very new, very speculative. Let's see what the Plume price is. I mean, this thing's brand new. It's kind of hard to do this with, but I mean, they're basically a baby. And I think another thing about Plume is that it's such a new project that Wintermute doesn't have it on its radar to manipulate into hell. So, Plume, I'm a utility maxi. I don't hold many tokens, but I did grab Plume. Just because I like a portfolio that's well diversified in RWAs. Toshi. Let's look at Toshi. I love this. This is just, we're just digging into data together as a family. Okay. Can't get any data on Toshi. I will say Toshi, it's a meme coin on Base, right? Base had like a meme coin season for sure. Toshi actually this doesn't look really that bad at all. But this is interesting. So this was in kind of the meme coin craze. Here's your like March, April pump. That did great. And then here's Murad in this range talking about the meme coin super cycle. Toshi was kind of overlooked. Recently, though, it has had a really, really good time. Toshi, I believe, is available. Yeah, it's available on Coinbase. It's available on Aerodrome and all these other exchanges. I will say this. I don't do meme coins a lot, but the ones that I hate the least are on base or their Trump token. Like I hold Trump token. Brett, go look at Brett, his mullet wearing self. And for anyone that doesn't know, I am growing out a mullet. So wish me luck on that. Let's go. I came to Hit Network with a mullet originally, and then I shaved a Bitcoin into my head. Everything changed. Let's see where Brett is at. We're free balling it. All right. So we got 5% down on the day. I want to see just the overall. Is this thing? Yeah. So Brett is dying much worse than Toshi. So so if I could stay directionally bullish, even with this crash, I would have wanted to see Brett be able to hold this midterm shelf, because this is the original pump moment and a bunch of points of confluence. And now it is falling pretty well below that. So, I mean, if you get another bull post from Toshi and you start to see this thing get back up into this range, I'd be selling if I saw that happen. I would be selling if I saw that happen. But you know what? I'm talking to you about RWAs. Everyone's got questions about meme coins, right? Let's talk about things that make you money. And you know what? This is a great question from Jason Casper. Love this guy's channel. If you're not following Jason, you're doing yourself a disservice. He's a great trader. He's also a prepper, pretty base dude. So he's got a question. Would you rather hold 10,000 XRP for 5 years or 1 Bitcoin for 10 years? So you'd only have to hold the XRP for half the amount of time that you had to hold the Bitcoin to realize your gains. But I want to know from the chat, it's kind of a litmus test. Which would you rather hold? XRP, or would you rather hold for XRP for 5 years, 10,000 tokens, okay? Or Bitcoin for 10 years? You have to hold the Bitcoin longer. Let me know in the chat. So I'm gonna let the answers roll in, so I just kind of can read the room, see who I'm dealing with here. Also, eggs are the new Bitcoin. So here's an egg shortage going on, sweeping across the United States. People are rushing to grab any available stock, which has resulted in altercations breaking out, especially at Costco. Jason, myself, we are chicken tenders. If you have the ability to be a chicken tender, I highly recommend doing so. What do we got? We got Bitcoin, no question. XRP, kind of split. Chainlink, please. Chainlink, just to give some context, like I'm so bullish on Ondo. Chainlink outweighs my Ondo holdings by far. Chainlink outweighs my Ondo holdings by far. Chainlink is essentially my Bitcoin. Like I'm usually and seasonally a Bitcoin maximalist until I see altcoin season rearing up to come back. And then I roll out of the Bitcoin, let it do its thing, and roll it into the good altcoins. But I've been building a Chainlink bag for multiple cycles here. So if you can tender chickens, though, I highly recommend it. Now we're going to talk about Morpho token. I saw someone mention it in the chat. You're reading my mind. Get out of my brain. Because I am so bullish on Morpho token and the base ecosystem. And for just broadly speaking, it is my opinion that the most bullish sectors are going to be the narratives of real world assets and AI. But within that, the sub ecosystems that I think are going to be the best to find those things in are the Solana and the base ecosystem. And base is just rebranded Ethereum. Okay. Base is just very cheap to use Ethereum. And then Solana. So those are the two ecosystems that I think we will find the best upside for AI and RWA projects, just to be clear with everyone. Now, here we go. Coinbase Assets put this out today in the morning. Assets to be added to the roadmap today: Morpho token, Pudgy Penguins, the Pengu token, and Popcat on Solana. And you know what? Let's talk. I mean, what the hell are we doing adding Popcat? Let's see if it helped his price at all, because this thing caused immense sadness to a lot of my viewers last week. I don't hold any Popcat. I think Isaac had some at some point. This is sad. This is like the Coinbase listing did nothing. But I guess there's that. And then also the Pudgy Penguin thing. Like I held some for a little bit. Didn't even make any money off of it. In fact, I think I lost money on it, but I YOLO'd it into Trump token at $6. So I made up for that lost time. This is insane. What are we doing? why are we adding Popcat and Pudgy to Coinbase? Like, are we just trying to? This is like, they say meme coins are the entry drug of crypto. Why are we giving the entry drug of crypto into the equivalent of fentanyl to people? Like, this is where they're going, and they're losing all of their money, and then they can't use any of that money to put into good assets like Bitcoin or freaking RWAs like Ondo, things like that. This is just where people go to get slaughtered. So not bullish on that, but I am excited to see the Morpho listing. And I was kind of surprised that the Morpho listing hadn't happened yet because of a key component coming to Coinbase, where I knew this was coming, but it was a race between two different chains. It was between Moonwell and it was between Morpho for the DeFi lending, where you can lend and actually receive loans on your Bitcoin directly in the Coinbase app. And I know that is essentially, in my opinion, where a lot of people are going to trust going into. Like, what do you see with the World Liberty Fund? They're sending their assets to be held over at Coinbase Prime. BlackRock is letting Coinbase custody damn near 6% of all the Bitcoin supply on the planet right now through these ETFs. Coinbase is kind of the chosen one for this cycle. BNB was last cycle. It's now Coinbase. Now, let's check this out. This is Morpho Labs, what it looks like to get an on-chain loan in the app in 15 seconds. Essentially, you roll through here, click that, hop over here. This is how fast this process is. You say how much USD you're looking to get. You take the loan out, borrow now, all done. This is the insane speed that Morpho is rolling this app out with, and you're darn right. People are going to make mistakes with this for sure. I think people are going to take loans out when Bitcoin's at, $200,000, but Morpho has really good control parameters, so you can change what your liquidation levels will be, so it doesn't essentially like trap people. I think someone said in the chat, it won't trap people the same way I feel like we saw with Celsius, and we saw true and tried fraud with Celsius anyways. Now we also, from my boy Bullshit and Bourbon Veteran Crypto, highlighting this, Aerodrome and Morpho adding together. Morpho Association has migrated their liquidity on base to the Aerodrome pools. Aerodrome is still where we see most of the Coinbase wrap Bitcoin in, and Aerodrome is actually one of my most recent purchases because it's the most beat down out of the things that I think are logical to hold in this cycle. It's coming in at 83 cents, big sell-off, 7%. I'm having FOMO, want to buy more because Aerodrome, this is the type of bullish graph that I mentioned I wanted to see on that stinking meme coin, but the midpoint is showing as a point of confluence and holding that level of support. And really, it's just getting beat down because people are capitulating. And in the chat, it's clear as day, like no altcoin season, no altcoin season. Like, give up. This is what these institutions are doing to folks. They're getting them to give up early, so they're not riding the way to the top. But what we saw with this is, oh God, I don't know if anyone's been following. This is chaos. Kanye West is not on drugs. He is drugs. Kanye West is drugs. Let's go check out Morpho on the comparison here to show you why I'm so excited about this project. Bam. So really, I'll go up here. Morpho, I had to wait till it fell down to about $1.20 to get. When it first came out, it was so bullish. I wanted to buy it immediately, but I'm glad I waited a minute. I waited for it to fall into this little trough here. Now, as of recent, we have fallen down to $1.80, and it has been very aggravating not seeing this thing pull back to the levels I wanted to add more to. So as of recent, I think I added some at about $2, and now I'm planning on adding another spot position of Morpho right around this level. It's at a $390 million market cap. There's 217 million out and 1 billion total tokens. But let's look at where the TVL is on this bad boy. The TVL is looking completely different from the price. Look at the price, pull them back, and then you get the TVL looking juicier than ever. This is the kind of moment where legends can be made. Seeing the TVL still hold high and the price absolutely plummet. This is what I want to see for my opportunity zones. And really, I'm leaning into it because I knew that Coinbase was going to list it. I know that people are going to utilize it in, I don't want to say in an irresponsible way, but that's what people do. And I know that even more billions of dollars is going to come into this thing. Like, look at how old this thing is. It came out November 21st, essentially. Go to the website. Look at how much lending is done. So total deposits $5.8 billion. Total amount borrowed so far $2.1 billion. This is absolutely insane to see for a new project. So very excited about that. And really, in this time frame where I see people kind of second guessing themselves, this is where absolute chaos happens. You want me to compare Moonwell's TVL? Sure. Let's compare Moonwell's TVL. This is important to do, though. You got to judge your own bags. You got to judge your own bags to really know what the hell is going on and be honest with yourself, and don't just listen to me. You go listen to someone with the exact opposite opinion to see what their bull case is. If they can show the data that I'm showing you, and then make the choice from there. So here we go. Moonwell, let's see what we got here. So the TVL, generally up and to the right. I'm not horribly worried about like a mass cataclysm on this. Looking at that, that's honestly, that kind of looks pretty good. Like it's price. What is it, like 3 cents? And I mean, if these were matched up, it should be around 9 cents. Now you guys give me FOMO on Moonwell. And Moonwell, like I held a small amount. That makes me want to add more. H-bar, we want to check out H-bar. So here's the deal with H-bar. I haven't been buying H-bar. My wife has been buying H-bar behind my back. But it's fine because she bought it before the giant pump. So I ain't mad. And she actually feels like adding more. Utility coins in general that aren't already at the multi-$100 billion market cap, I think are going to perform really well. I think what we'll see with this past ISO craze, they're just going to kind of shift into the RWA sector. And yes, my wife is a very, very smart woman. So here it is. H-bar with a great, great pump. In general, like I'd expect kind of this level to be the floor, and damned if I don't say 20 cents is essentially where it's finding that little spot right now. Okay. That actually looks incredible. I'm looking at 2 cycles. Let's look at how sick from inflation it is. It is a little bit, and this is why I personally held off on it, is because the amount of inflation that it had to go through. It is almost done with the inflationary pressures, though. So there's now 38 billion tokens out and a 50 billion total supply. So I'm getting less about the supply kind of shutting down the price action, but it's at an $11 billion market cap. It's probably going to go to 20, maybe $30 billion this, this altcoin season. So seeing that's actually not horrible. And in general, the price, it's fallen like most, even a bunch of good projects are doing this right now. So seeing it fall into this kind of intermediary range, not too concerning at all. Look at this middle finger. Look at that middle finger. Unbelievable. My dog's trying to eat my foot. What are you doing, dog? You guys can't see it, but Hoover, I got a good dog. What the F is going on with Link? People are just being psyoped. Here's what's going on with Link is whales are stacking Link like mad bandits, and people don't understand how much volume is run through the DTCC. They don't understand what the connection to the Swift payment system really means. And just to put this plainly, if Chainlink does 1% of the payment transactions for Swift through CCIP, 1%, just that action in and of itself, not us speculating on the asset, not banks using it, none of this stuff. If just 1% of the contract that they signed up to do is executed with Swift, that brings the price to $375 a unit. I know many, many mega whales that are absolutely hammering positions on Chainlink. Me, I've already hammered and my average buys are very low, so I don't feel like, I wouldn't be bad if I added more, but I'm trying to build other portfolios. Essentially, it's sitting at like Aerodrome, Ondo, Morpho, a little bit of Moonwell, but not too much. I got some Trump token and a slew of other things. My wife's got her own whole portfolio with very obscure picks, H-bar included. But you know what? She picked some good ones. Look at this. I'll show you what I'm dealing with. This woman is just incredible. So she bought Swift coin. Made no sense to me. I was like, what in the hell are you buying this thing for? She bought it right here. She bought Swift coin at the beginning of January. And I was like, why are you doing this? And oh my God, she will not let me. She's the best trader on the planet, apparently, just out of nowhere. It's just absolutely insane. So, that being said, I guess I'll look at one more here. We've been rolling for a while. This has been fun. This has been really nice, you guys. Let's go to render. Render is not giving me TVL on render. I don't like that. Render. Let's go to just the general chart. I used to have render in my portfolio. I got out of it at $10 in the March pump. And just as a rule of thumb, you guys, like when you see like a 3 to 10x, it's okay to take profits. It's okay to take profits. Okay. Now, this thing, it's down to $4 right now, but it is trying to find support. So that is hopeful. Render is an American-made project as well. It's this is an infrastructure play kind of around AI with distributed GPUs. And there's a lot of distributed GPU plays that I see would be pretty reasonable. He also, for some reason, he bought 2.7 million Swift in October. Good on you, bro. I don't understand why she did it. Swift token is like, and so, in the latest massive pullback on it, I added a little bit. I'll admit it. But what we saw, over the past month, let's just kind of digest what we saw. We saw $500 billion from SoftBank and other massive organizations investing into American AI infrastructure, right? And this is America trying to build out an immense amount of data centers to control the data throughputs for AI. In the process of building these centers, this is where the private sector and crypto distributed GPU systems is going to shine. So with Render, I think you're going to look at some great upside, and I definitely think that the March NVIDIA conference is going to be very, very bullish. That being said, it's full of a lot of competition. Thanks. I love this Glock hoodie. One of the blockchain basement members, Scotty Moe, sent me Glock hoodie. I even got the Glock shirt. I don't know if I can, there you go. This is how I rock it every day. G19 for life. No fancy stuff on it. No, you don't need fancy stuff. Just practice, make it muscle memory. You don't need all the fancy doodads. But I hope you guys found this information useful. And I hope that you take the tools that I just showed you and go, if I didn't get a chance to cover your project that you're like sitting there staring at and you're wondering, is this the move? Go look at the TVO. Go look at the circulating supply. Go and a quick test to projects on TV, like market cap and inflationary pressure. Coins run into inflationary pressure when they're being printed, just as the US dollar, right? And then the buying power of it goes down, just like the US dollar. So a great example of this would be Algorand. And Algorand, I think, is going to be more bullish in price terms than XRP because the market cap's lower and the narrative for utility is here. Algorand's got a bunch of great things going on for it tech-wise. But look at this. So this is the price all time. This thing came out at $3.15. It's at 26 cents right now. And was that 2019? That's a long time ago. So a quick test to see if your token is falling under inflationary pressure would be to just do a quick flip from price on CoinMarketCap to market cap. Okay. And then you get to see how things are very, very different. Like the market cap, you have in general, this is looks a lot more bullish than the price. And it's because the printing just will not stop, and just low key. Okay. I had a moment where I don't even know if I should say his name. One of the leaders of Algorand was on the phone, and we were doing our due diligence because I was previous to being a streamer, I was a research analyst for crypto. And so we asked the question, how many tokens are going to be circulating in mid 2025? We asked it point blank. And the reason why we asked it is because it's listed at 10 billion right here, but we've seen token unlocks with a little bit different data. We saw a little bit different data on different spots on the internet. So we're like, listen, I'll just say his name is Bill. Listen, Bill, how many tokens are going to be circulating mid 2025? He wouldn't answer that question. He would not answer that question. He kind of laughed at us. And that's why I was like, oh, okay. Kind of like it's up to your decision. Right. That's what it means. And so just be careful out there, you guys, because things will get juicy. The price will start moving. And then these damn organizations, they start printing or changing parameters. Like here's a great example as well. SWE. SWE's been very bullish, and a lot of people are extremely bullish on SWE. Here's the deal. This is deep shit. Okay. So SWE is at the 292 right now, but it's got a listed circulating supply of 3.08 billion tokens and a total of 10 billion. Now, this 10 billion is slated to come out not this year, but over the course of many years. By mid 2025, this 3 billion should, by the tokenomics design, be at 5 billion. Okay. Not 10, not anything else. It should be at 5 billion. Okay. This number. But if you read into the white paper, and I utilized a few different AI data aggregation systems to verify this for me, the tokenomics setup of SWE is dependent on network security, meaning that the delegators and the voters within it can change it if they vote on that consensus. So just keep that in mind. Things change. World Liberty Fi made a change to its Ondo holding. Hold on. I was gonna end it then. I got a cane corso. I don't know if anyone knows what a cane corso is, but he is a very thick animal. He's sitting here acting like he's gonna bite me if he doesn't get his bone. That's your World Liberty Fi. Cane corsos are insanely good watchdogs, just for anyone that doesn't know what they are. Here, I'll show you. We're getting sidetracked, but with crypto comes the need for security, right? And these guys, I mean, this is essentially what he's like. Here, I'll pull this up. This is my pooch. So, you know what? Your fur missiles, they give you love, and they also can watch your house if they are good boys, right? And they're strong boys. And I got another sheep herding dog. Very big, and I have a small dog that's kind of the sheep herding, or not sheep, chicken herding. He bites their ankles and stuff like that. But let's look at World Liberty Fire just real quick before I let you go here. Accept cookies. All right, so Ondo, yeah. Okay, they have got a big move, and these are the Ondo buys we were covering over the morning and last night. But they are adding more Ondo. Very, very bullish. Holy cow, man, this is great to see, and really like an easy fade. It's just American-made crypto projects. I think there's going to be massive inflows into American-made crypto projects at large. They're going to do pretty darn well. Render is one of those. So I hope you guys found this information useful, insightful. Jude, Rhodesian Ridgeback. I used to have one. You're the first person that I've seen with a Rhodesian Ridgeback. Dude, Rhodesians are sick. Rhodesian Ridgebacks they were used for like hunting lions. These dogs are incredible. Shout out to you, bro. I love and appreciate all of you. Thank you for supporting Discover Crypto. Make sure if you want to follow the Blockchain Basement and more of these kind of deep dives, I'm on Blockchain Basement. You can go over here, subscribe, become a member. We do all the things. It's huge. And I have some of the most based content on the internet. And also, we have some of the most viewed shorts on the internet. I don't know if anyone knows, but we have some of the most viewed shorts in crypto, 22 million, 7 million, 100,000, and the list goes on. So with that being said, I'm going to go cook some dinner for my kids. And I hope all of you have a fantastic weekend with your family. Love and appreciate every single one of you, and I will see you very, very soon. Take care.